What if I told you there was a fragrance that could battle the feeling of Caribbean vacation? The smell of sun-warmed coconut, a freshly cut lime, and a chilled cocktail in your hand. That, for me, this is the magic of Creed's Virgin Island water. But is this legendary scent worth the hype and the price tag? And how does it stack up against a modern favorite like Tales from Zanzibar or the Miami Tropical Confessions by Seterethan? We're finding out today.
Okay, let's go.
Welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, I'm Ping, and we dive deep into the world of fragrance, one bottle at a time. If that sounds like your vibe, hit subscribe and the bell so you don't miss a drop. Today, we're tackling an icon, Creed Virgin Island Water. Launched in 2007, this is an eau de parfum that promises a trip to the tropics. The notes are stellar tropical concoction, top notes of coconut, lime, and bergamot. In the heart of ginger, jasmine, and hibiscus, sitting on the base of white rum, sugarcane, and musk. Just looking at that list makes me happy. But how does it play out? The opening is an instant mood lifter. To my nose, it's a bright, zesty burst of lime that is immediately softened by this creamy santan lotion coconut. Personally, I don't get separate citrus notes. What I notice is a beautiful, happy blend. On my skin, it's less of a sharp citrus punch and more of a creamy lime sparkle. The impression I get is pure vacation. If I'm being honest, it's not complex here. It's an exquisite, straightforward promise of paradise. As it settles into the heart, the bubble of citrus calms down. In my experience, the floral notes, the jasmine and hibiscus are very subtle. I find that they don't scream flowers. Instead, they add a soft, sweet powderiness that blends with the coconut. The ginger is the secret star here for me. It's a cold, spicy flicker that keeps the scent from being too sweet or flat. From my perspective, this phase is where the coconut becomes the star, turning creamier and more rounded. The dry down is where the magic deepens. On my skin, the white rum and the sugarcane emerge. It's not boozy punch, but a sweet, slightly vanillic warmth that mixes with the creamy coconut and a hint of musk. My takeaway is a sophisticated skin scent that smells like the memory of a perfect beach day. Now, if I am being precise, we have to talk performance. In my opinion, this is a lighter fragrance. I'd argue that it's not a powerhouse. You will get 4 to 6 hours mostly as an intimate skin scent. It has a moderate sillage, but in the air around me, it creates a stunning, refreshing bubble. So, who is this for? For me, it's the ultimate warm weather casual scent, perfect for beach days, pool parties, summer brunches, or anytime you need a mental escape. It's unisex, crowd pleasing, and pure joy. Now, as many of you know, I recently reviewed Tales from Zanzibar by Memoirs of a Perfume Collector. And these two get compared constantly. So let's be clear on how they differ from my perspective. The way I read it is this: if Virgin Island water is a refined tropical cocktail by the pool, which is creamy, boozy, relaxed, then Tales from Zanzibar is a vibrant tropical fruit platter by the ocean. They're both island scents, but with completely different menus. To my nose, the biggest difference is the dominant fruit. In Virgin Island water, what I notice is the creamy coconut and lime combination backed by rum. In Tales from Zanzibar, the dominant note is the absolutely guava. It's that juicy, sweet, pink heart of the fragrance, supported by cassis and coconut. It's fruity forward, brighter, and has a sparkling, minty pepper opening that Virgin Island water doesn't have. If I'm being precise, there's also a major performance difference. On my skin, Virgin Island water is more intimate and lasts about 4 to 6 hours. Tales from Zanzibar, in my experience, has a better longevity. I easily get 7 to 9 hours from it. It's also a much louder fragrance. Now, I'd argue that both are expensive niche purchases, but you are paying for power with Tales from Zanzibar. And for that iconic, exquisite Creed signature with Virgin Island water. My takeaway is if you want a creamy, sophisticated coconut lime rum vibe, Virgin Island water. Virgin Island water is your stellar choice. If you are craving a powerful, juicy, and playful tropical fruit explosion with stellar performance, then Tales from Zanzibar is the one. They are both exquisite, but they serve different moods on the same vacation. So, what's the final verdict? On Virgin Island water, in my opinion, it remains the undisputed king of the tropical cocktail fragrance genre. It's a stellar, iconic mood in a bottle. Is it overpriced for its performance? If I'm being honest, yes, you're buying the name, the legend, and that specific exquisite, creamy, rum dry down that no one does quite like Creed. Personally, I will always keep this for when I want that specific, relaxed, luxury resort feeling. But from my perspective, if you need a tropical scent with monster performance and you love bold, fruity notes like guava, my review of Tales from Zanzibar still stands. It is the fruit platter powerhouse. Virgin Island water is the timeless classic. It's not the loudest or the longest lasting, but for that perfect happy summer concoction, it is still pretty hard to beat. Personally, this bottle will always have a place in my collection for when I need an instant dose of sunshine. But I want to hear from you. Do you think Virgin Island water is worth it? Is it your favorite summer scent? Or do you prefer something like Tales from Zanzibar? Let's chat in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive, please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. Don't forget to subscribe for more fragrance reviews. Until next time, keep smelling great. Cheers!